Today, I'm embarking on a journey, one that takes me up a hillside where past and present intertwine beneath the shade of ancient trees. This is more than just a hike. It's a glimpse into the origins of Guatemala City, a place where prophecy, devotion, and resilience have shaped its very foundation. I'm honored to walk in the footsteps of a Franciscan hermit on a mission that led to the founding of the largest metropolis in Central America. Along the way, I'll uncover the city's historic heart, from its sacred shrines to the grandeur of its plazas and palaces. Join me as I explore the sights, sounds, and spirit of Guatemala City, tracing its origins back to a small, peaceful hill where it all began. Let's get started. Today, I am going on a hike in search of a story. Walking up the hill to Cerrito del Carmen is an experience that feels both meditative and uplifting. The ascent is gentle, with a well-maintained pathway winding its way through lush gardens that surround the historic summit. Tall trees line the route, their branches forming a natural canopy that offers shade and coolness, even on the sunniest of days. The rustle of leaves in the breeze mingles with the distant hum of the city, which fades as you climb higher. Walking up a hill. As you ascend, the views begin to unfold. The sprawling city below reveals itself in layers, with its bustling streets, historic rooftops, and modern skyscrapers stretching toward the horizon. The higher you climb, the more expansive the panorama becomes, until it seems as if the entire city is laid out before you, framed by distant volcanic peaks and rolling hills. In 1773, the Santa Marta earthquakes devastated Antigua and precipitated the moving of the capital from Antigua to Guatemala City. If you are religious, then you might see that as divine intervention. If you are a believer in myths and legends, then you might say that was foretold. The Spanish conquered Guatemala 200 or so years before the Santa Marta earthquakes. And when they did, they sought to convert the Guatemalans to their religion, to Catholicism. And many orders came here to aid in that, including Dominicans, Mercedarians, and Franciscans, among many others. The Franciscans followed in the footsteps of Saint Francis of Assisi, and there is a monument here to him. There was one Franciscan who was on a mission from the Carmelite order, and that is a very interesting combination of beliefs. The Carmelites practiced silence, solitude, and prayer. The foundations of the order are not clear, but it has something to do with the devout living in the caves of Mount Carmel in Israel in the 12th century. According to legend, a Franciscan by the name of Juan Cors was on a mission from Saint Teresa, and this was a special mission that she gave from her deathbed. Saint Teresa was the founder of the Carmelites. According to Saint Teresa, 1’s was to bring an image of Our Lady of Mount Carmel to the New World. And wherever that image finally rested, a mighty city would emerge. So 1’s did as instructed. He brought the image to the New World, and in the 1600s, it rested here.
Of course, it rested here. This enchanting place is well worth the hike. A hidden gem that offers rewards far beyond what money can buy. The best experiences, after all, are free. The entire hillside is a lush, verdant sanctuary, bursting with life and color at every turn. The gardens here feel like a retreat into nature's embrace, a tapestry of vibrant hues and rich textures that captivate the senses. Bougainvillea vines drape gracefully over ancient stone walls, their cascading blossoms painting the landscape with vivid magentas, fiery oranges, and soft pinks. The interplay of their vibrant colors against the deep greens of the foliage creates a scene so picturesque it almost feels otherworldly. Along the winding pathways, neatly trimmed hedges and blooming shrubs stand like sentinels, guiding visitors deeper into this tranquil paradise. Strategically placed benches offer more than just a spot to rest. They invite contemplation. Perched at scenic overlooks, they provide the perfect vantage point to soak in the serenity of the surroundings. The gentle rustle of leaves overhead, the cheerful chirping of birds, and the faint hum of the distant city blend into a soothing symphony of nature. The air is fragrant with the scent of blooming flowers, a subtle sweetness that drifts on the breeze. It mingles with the earthy aroma of the sun-warmed hillside, grounding you in the moment. Every step along the garden paths feels like a journey into calm, a chance to reconnect with the beauty of the natural world.
This location would have been perfect for anyone seeking solitude and isolation. I imagine that 1’s would have spent a lot of time here, worshiping and reflecting. It is the ideal place to do something like that. Today, this place is called Cerrito del Carmen, which basically means Carmen's Little Hill. There's a church dedicated to Our Lady of Mount Carmel at the top of the hill. Our Lady of Mount Carmel is one of the many titles of the Virgin Mary, and she's considered to be the patroness of the Carmelites.
At the summit, the Cerrito del Carmen Church emerges like the hill's quiet keeper, its whitewashed walls gleaming against the greenery. It stands as a testament to Spanish colonial architecture, but with a distinctive simplicity that sets it apart. The walls are unadorned and pristine, exuding a sense of quiet humility. The modest bell tower rises gracefully above. This unpretentious design reflects the spirit of a hermit's retreat, evoking introspection and tranquility. At the same time, one can discern echoes of inspiration for the elegant designs of Cayala in its understated charm. The interior of the church mirrors the simplicity and humility of its exterior, emanating an atmosphere of profound, quiet devotion. Stepping inside feels like entering a sanctuary untouched by time, where a serene stillness embraces visitors. The walls, painted in soft white tones, lend a sense of lightness and openness to the space. The worn wooden pews, polished smooth by decades of prayerful hands and kneeling worshipers, invite both the faithful and the curious to sit and reflect. Beneath, the coolness of the red-tiled floor enhances the solemnity of the experience, grounding visitors in the church's history and sacred purpose. At the heart of the church lies the altar, an understated yet deeply reverent centerpiece. Bathed in golden light is Our Lady of Mount Carmel, enhancing the spiritual atmosphere, transforming it into a sacred haven where history, faith, and tradition converge. Adding to this sacred ambiance are the statues of San Francisco and San Antonio, each occupying a prominent niche along the church's side walls. St. Francis holds a cross and a Bible. St. Anthony cradles the Christ child in one arm and holds a Bible filled with lilies in the other, symbolizing his purity and unwavering devotion.
In 1775, 2 years after the catastrophic earthquakes that destroyed Antigua, the King of Spain officiated at the moving of the capital here. This would be the new St. James of the Knights of Guatemala. Let's just call it Guatemala City for short. It was a short ride from Cerrito del Carmen to get to Plaza de la Constitucion, which is unfortunately under construction right now.
Plaza de la Constitucion, or Constitution Plaza, is also known as Parque Central, or Central Park. It is the beating heart of Guatemala City, a dynamic space where history, culture, and civic life converge. I'm sure the construction currently taking place is in preparation for some huge event. Here's some stock footage of how it would look under normal circumstances. As the city's main public square, it holds immense significance as both a historic center and a modern gathering place. The square is framed by some of the most emblematic and architecturally significant structures in the country: the National Palace, the Metropolitan Cathedral, and the Trade Portal. However, this plaza is much more than a collection of historic buildings. It is ground zero for Guatemala City's political, cultural, and social heartbeat. It's not just a square, it's the soul of the city. El Palacio Nacional de la Cultura, or the National Palace of Culture, is an iconic symbol of Guatemala's rich history and architectural brilliance. It stands as a commanding presence on the northern side of Constitucion Plaza. Its intricate facades, crafted from green stone, shimmer softly under the sun, earning it the affectionate nickname Palacio Verde, or the Green Palace. Majestic archways and grand windows frame the structure, blending neoclassical elegance with Baroque grandeur, making it one of the finest examples of Guatemalan architecture. Originally serving as the presidential palace, the building's story is one of resilience and transformation. The previous palace was tragically destroyed in the devastating earthquake of 1917, but this remarkable edifice rose in its place, completed in 1943 as a testament to the nation's enduring spirit. Its pale green hue, both soothing and stately, complements its role as a symbol of political power and cultural heritage. Today, the palace has taken on a new role as a vibrant museum and cultural center. Within its storied halls, visitors can explore an array of historical artifacts and invaluable documents, each telling a chapter of Guatemala's past. Unfortunately, it was closed to tours on the day of my visit for a grade school function. The palace also serves as a venue for state ceremonies and significant cultural events, ensuring its legacy as a living monument to the nation's identity and pride. Opposite the Grand Palace on the eastern side of Constitucion Plaza stands Catedral Primada Metropolitana de Santiago, or the Metropolitan Primate Cathedral of St. James, an imposing and majestic structure that commands attention with its architectural grandeur. Its symmetrical twin towers rise with quiet dignity, framing a stately facade adorned with 6 towering columns. These columns, along with the cathedral's intricate details, evoke a sense of solemnity and endurance, bearing witness to centuries of Guatemala's triumphs and tragedies. The cathedral is not only the spiritual heart of the city, but also the official seat of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Guatemala. Construction began in 1782, embracing the dramatic and intricate Baroque style of the era. Over time, the cathedral has become a symbol of resilience, its weathered facade standing as a testament to Guatemala's rich and tumultuous history. At the front, a spacious stone courtyard extends outward, bordered by a striking black wrought iron fence. 12 square stone pillars punctuate the fence, each inscribed with the names of victims from the Guatemalan Civil War. These pillars transform the courtyard into more than a simple gathering place. They make it a somber monument to remembrance and healing. The facade itself features 3 stately doors, 4 tall windows, and a clock nestled between the bell towers. These architectural elements are both decorative and practical, lending the cathedral a timeless sense of proportion and balance. Inside, the cathedral's grandeur reaches its zenith. The interior is lavishly adorned, from the expansive nave to the side chapels and central altar. Statues of saints are encased in gilded armoires, their expressions serene yet powerful. Gray stone tiles cover the floors, their cool, solid texture grounding the space. Rows of cherry brown wooden pews invite visitors to sit and reflect. The marble altar, crowned by a wooden crucifix bearing the figure of Jesus, radiates a quiet reverence. While to the side of the altar, candles flank a dramatic black effigy of Jesus on a resplendent golden cross. The cathedral is more than a place of worship. It is a museum of faith, history, and artistry. Sculptures, paintings, relics, and artifacts are displayed throughout, each telling a story of devotion and cultural heritage. From its awe-inspiring exterior to its ornate interior, the Metropolitan Cathedral embodies the spirit of a nation, a place of prayer, remembrance, and unyielding hope. Flanking Constitucion Plaza, near the Metropolitan Cathedral, stands Portal del Comercio, or Trade Portal, also known as the Gate of Commerce. This vibrant colonial-style arcade, with its graceful rows of symmetrical arches, exudes both historic charm and modern energy. Its long, shaded corridor hums with activity, offering a lively contrast to the stately solemnity of its surroundings. Here, the spirit of daily life unfolds, making it a dynamic focal point of the plaza. The trade portal has served as a hub of commerce and interaction for centuries. Dating back to 1788, the original structure was destroyed in an earthquake, Today's arcade was constructed in 1924. Once a bustling marketplace for merchants, it has evolved into a lively destination that seamlessly blends history and contemporary culture. Today, the arcade is lined with shops, boutiques, and eateries, each spilling over with colors, sounds, and scents. Visitors will find a diverse array of offerings, from trendy clothing stores and sparkling jewelry shops to quaint cafes and bustling restaurants serving local and international fare. Souvenir shops brimming with crafts and trinkets cater to the many tourists who are drawn to this energetic corner of the city. The atmosphere here is eclectic, a stark yet welcome contrast to the more formal landmarks that surround the plaza. Locals and visitors alike gather under the arched ceilings, taking shelter from the elements while engaging in animated conversations or leisurely browsing. The space invites community and connection, offering a glimpse into the rhythms of Guatemalan daily life. Walking through the lively corridor of the trade portal leads seamlessly to Paseo La Sexta, or 6th Avenue, a historic and vibrant thoroughfare that pulses with the energy of the city. This street, once a cultural and social epicenter in the mid-20th century, has undergone a remarkable transformation, reclaiming its reputation as a hub of activity, connection, and entertainment. In its heyday, La Sexta was renowned for its bustling atmosphere, where locals gathered to shop, socialize, and enjoy the many theaters and cafes that lined the avenue. Over time, however, the area fell into disrepair and lost much of its charm. But in the early 2000s, a dedicated government restoration project revitalized the space, breathing new life into its historic sidewalks. Today, Paseo La Sexta thrives once more, teeming with shops, restaurants, cafes, and theaters that harken back to its golden age while embracing a modern, cosmopolitan vibe. What sets La Sexta apart is its pedestrian-friendly design, a refreshing escape from the rush of city traffic. Wide walkways encourage leisurely strolls, making it an inviting space for locals and tourists alike to explore at their own pace. The evolution of La Sexta feels ongoing, a living testament to the city's resilience and creativity. Its dynamic atmosphere offers something new with each visit, promising a blend of history, modernity, and local flavor. As the street continues to transform and reinvent itself, it remains a place where the heart of the city beats strongest, a perfect example of how urban spaces can bridge the past and future.
Not too far from Parque Central, I think I found the entrance to Mercado Central.
Mercado Central, or Central Market, is a vibrant epicenter of daily life in Guatemala City. A place where culture, history, and commerce converge, Nestled beneath the bustling streets, the market is an underground treasure trove that invites you to descend into a lively world of aromas, colors, and sounds. Built in the 1970s to replace its predecessor, which was destroyed by an earthquake, this iconic market remains a cornerstone of the city's identity. As you step inside, the market reveals its sprawling, multi-level layout, with rows upon rows of neatly packed stalls brimming with goods. The upper level is a feast for the eyes, a kaleidoscope of vivid hues inspired by Mayan artistry. Here you'll find clothing, hats, purses, wallets, and an array of souvenirs like mugs, pins, shot glasses, snow globes, and hand-painted or carved artworks.
Hola.
Hola, ¿qué andaba buscando? Pregunte, pasé.
Mi español es muy mal. Lo siento.
No pasa, no tenga pena, special.
Hola. Buenos días. Hola.
Every item tells a story, blending tradition with creativity. The shopkeepers, warm and welcoming, often step out to greet you, eager to share their crafts and stories without being overbearing, making browsing a relaxed and enjoyable experience. Navigating the market feels like embarking on an adventure. Though it is meticulously organized into sections, it's amazing how you can never find a sign when you need one. This lack of direction encourages wandering, allowing you to discover hidden gems tucked within the vibrant chaos. Getting lost here is a part of the charm.
Hi. Mal español. Sorry. Hola.
Hola.
No. Mal español. Lo siento. I think I'm a little lost, but I think I found the food.
Descending to the lower level, the energy shifts dramatically. The air grows thicker with the chatter of vendors and customers, mingled with the intoxicating aromas of fresh produce and sizzling food. Fruits and vegetables are arranged in vibrant displays reminiscent of an open-air market, while the nearby food court buzzes with activity. Stalls here serve up authentic Guatemalan dishes, from rich stews to freshly made tortillas, offering an immersive culinary experience. If you're feeling adventurous, this is the perfect spot to sample the flavors of the city, a true taste of Guatemala's soul.
At this point, I am proper lost, but there is a clear layout here that the people who frequent here understand. Hi. Los Estados Unidos.
Okay, your blog for YouTube?
No, just for me.
For you? Okay.
Yeah, just for me. Nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. Okay, lo siento. At this point, I just want out. I'm definitely lost. Maybe if I can get up top, I'll be able to figure out where I am.
Mercado Central is more than just a place to shop. It's an experience that encapsulates the spirit of Guatemala City. Whether you're searching for handcrafted treasures, savoring the local cuisine, or simply looking for the vibrant atmosphere, every corner of this market offers a glimpse into the heart of Guatemalan culture.
Okay, believe it or not, I actually did not do that bad. Kudos to me for having internal GPS, because we are just about where we started, which means I know how to get out of here. After somewhat of a walk, I have arrived at my last destination in El Histórico Central, and it is the Edificio de Correos, or the post office, or formerly the post office.
El Edificio de Correos, or Post Office Building, stands as a striking landmark in the heart of Guatemala City's historical center. Inaugurated in 1940, this architectural gem was inspired by the iconic Catalina Arch in Antigua, blending colonial elegance with the practical needs of a modernizing city. Its most distinctive feature is the grand arched passageway that gracefully spans Calle 12, or Street 12, connecting two separate buildings and creating a dramatic gateway for pedestrians and vehicles alike. When it first opened, it quickly became a vital hub for the nation's postal services, symbolizing progress and connectivity in a rapidly evolving country. The interior buzzed with activity as letters, packages, and telegrams moved through its halls. It united communities across Guatemala. Its design reflects this importance, with sturdy yet ornate features that emphasize both functionality and beauty. Though the building's original purpose as the heart of Guatemala's postal network has faded, as Guatemala has not had a formal postal system since 2016, the landmark remains an enduring symbol of the country's history and resilience. Its arched passageway, framed by detailed carvings and flanked by twin facades, continues to captivate visitors, offering a glimpse into a time when this structure was a bustling centerpiece of national communication. Today, it stands as both a historical relic and a testament to Guatemala's architectural heritage, inviting those who pass beneath its arch to reflect on the stories it has witnessed over the decades. Whether one views the history of Guatemala City as a series of chance events, or the fulfillment of Saint Teresa's prophecy enacted by one course, there is no denying its significance. The city has grown into the largest in Central America, a living monument to centuries of faith, creativity, and resilience. As I leave the historic center, I can't help but feel inspired. This is a city that invites reflection and exploration, offering countless stories to uncover. With every visit, there's always something more to discover. Stay curious, be inspired, find freedom, wander elsewhere. I'll see you in the next one. Do you believe in Saint Teresa's prophecy? Comment below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button for more great content. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share them or respond to the prompt in the comments below.